Hello, I am going to be doing a reading for you guys, a collective reading. Okay, Spirit. Take a deep breath, regulate my nervous system. Gonna shuffle my cards really quickly, and then we'll begin this reading. Only divine love and light are allowed in this space. All right, Spirit, what is it that the collective needs to hear at this moment? I know it's like, I feel like I'm like, you gotta shuffle your cards, like do it quickly. And I like wanna rush, and like I'm hearing like, chill, like calm down. There's no reason to be in a rush. Like nobody is rushing you. Nobody is rushing me. And I feel like my brain, anxiety like happens. And I put these expectations on myself, and it's literally just me. It's just me doing it to myself. Okay. All right, Spirit. So, what is it that we as a collective need to hear right now? First card, I'm pulling 3, and then if I feel like, Spirit wants me to pull more, I will do that. But right now, I got 3 cards pulled. First one is the 8 of Cups, upright. Disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, escapism, walking away, leaving behind. Okay, and in the picture, the sun and the moon are both out. And somebody's in like a robe and they have like a cane. And they're walking away, they're leaving their cups. Cups is like emotions, feeling. Water signs. I was like trying to remember, different ways of like studying, and I was thinking like Avatar: The Last Airbender. So like Katara, she's a waterbender. If you're into that show, but yeah. So disappointment, abandonment. Maybe you're feeling let down by a person or a situation. Maybe that something happened recently and it really caused you to see somebody's true colors, and maybe in the past like you kept giving this person like chance after chance after chance, and you were like, no, like it's not a big deal, like they're like this because of A, B, and C. Like you just had a lot of like empathy and forgiveness for this person, but you're realizing like there's always something going on with this person, and there's always a reason why. It's excuses. I'm hearing excuses, and so you're feeling like this is time for you to walk away. You're walking away from either a person or a situation, and you're feeling disappointed, you're feeling let down. You had higher, not expectations, but you thought better of somebody or this situation, and so yeah, you're wanting to just leave it and withdraw and be within yourself. King of Cups reversed, so another Cups one. Cold, bad advice, emotional manipulation, moodiness, self-compassion, inner feelings. Okay, so again, water sign, emotion. So maybe maybe you have been gaslit by this person or this situation and made to feel like you you're questioning yourself, and you're like, am I really just making a big deal out of nothing? And you have been emotionally manipulated in the past. You have been gaslit in the past, but you have come into awareness, you are conscious, and you know, like, actually, like, I did this. For some reason, my brain just thought of, like, writing stuff down. Like, let's say, like, you know, you had a partner. I've been in a relationship in the past, an emotionally abusive relationship, and this person would, like, act and do certain things, say and do certain things, and when I would bring them back up, you know, this man that I was in a relationship with would, you know, make me feel crazy, and he would call me crazy. First of all, he would call me crazy, label me crazy, and he would say, like, he would gaslight me. He would say, that didn't happen, like, you're remembering it wrong. And that was, like, so you know, like, such a, like, caused me to feel like, okay, like, am I really just, like, making this up in my head? Like, and distrust myself and my own experience. And so maybe you're in a relationship with someone who is emotionally or verbally, like, is just manipulative, you know, and they gaslight you and cause you to feel like you can't even trust your own experience and your own judgment. And let's say, like, you started writing down, like, you know, you have a journal, and you were like, you know what, just so I can make sure, you know, within myself, I can check myself, like, I'm not crazy, like, I'm gonna write down what happened, and I'm gonna write the date. And so when a situation like this arises, I can go back and look and check my, like, analog, like, actually, this did happen. Or, like, let's say you take videos, you know, when, like, an argument arises or something, and, like, let's say you, like, have your you know, your video on, like, recording in the background, and that person doesn't know, and then you watch it back, and you're like, oh my god, you did say that, like, I'm not crazy, like, I have it right here, I have the proof. But even then, with emotionally manipulative people, you know, you can show them the proof, and they're still gonna deny, like, oh, well, you know, like, let's say you did record it or something, and they're like, well, how dare you record me without, like, my permission? And they make it a whole guilt trip, you know, and just turn it back on you, how you're the problem, and how you know, like, well, it wouldn't have happened, this wouldn't have happened, or you're taking it out of proportion, you're misconstruing, like, the whole situation. You know, they will just keep gaslighting you and making you question yourself. But you are aware, you know yourself, you trust your experience, you trust what you're feeling, and you know, like, if something isn't meant for you, if something isn't right for you, you will have an underlying feeling in your, I'm hearing, like, solar plexus, like, your gut feeling, you know, and my nose itchy. You will have that gut feeling of, this doesn't feel right, or this doesn't feel like, this isn't what I want, like, this isn't how love should be, you know. Or let's say, even it doesn't even have to be like a partnership or something. It could be like a friendship, you know. A friend could be, you know, emotionally manipulating you, or making you feel like your needs are too much. And again, anything that is not meant for you, like, you will have that thought process of, is this right for me? And trust your gut, you know, trust yourself. And the third card I pulled is Four of Wands. Celebration, joy, harmony, marriage, home, community, homecoming. Yeah, and it's a fire sign. So the first two were waters, and this one is a fire. Harmony, upright, marriage, home, community, homecoming. Yes. Form, completeness, foundations, progress, power, stability. And the first card I pulled is an 8, and this one's a 4. Okay. So, you know in your heart what is right for you. Trust yourself. Trust your gut. I'm going to keep pulling because I feel like I'm hearing 3 more. 3 more. Okay. So I'm going to pull A Three of Swords upright, heartbreak, suffering, grief, emotional pain, sorrow, hurt, divorce, loss, depression, King of Pentacles in the reverse, and then the Empress upright. Okay. So again, yeah, maybe like this has been a long time coming, you know. You have, again, just in the past seen small signs and brushed them under the rug, thought, you know, I'm making a big deal about this, or, you know, maybe like this person is experiencing like a lot right now, and, you know, I just need to let them focus on them, and like, you know, I need to worry about myself, which, yes, to an extent is true. But again, if somebody is not showing up for you consistently, they make you feel like you can't communicate your needs, or you can't speak freely with them, you know, you feel like you're walking on eggshells, like that is not how a relationship, a friendship, that is not how like it should feel, you know. And so if you feel like you're constantly being misunderstood, then this is not. One moment. Okay, sorry, I was interrupted. But yeah, so if this is a relationship, like, you know what needs to be done, you know that this is not how love is supposed to be. And my recent reading I did the other day was, we accept the love we think we deserve. Like, that was a quote that came to mind. That is again coming to mind again. We accept the love we think we deserve. And yeah, so it says divorce. So if you're married and you're realizing like, this ain't it, chief, like this person is emotionally, verbally, physically abusive, or like we just don't align anymore, whatever the case may be, like maybe like your marriage is gonna dissolve, you're deciding like, yeah, this isn't working, or a friendship, maybe you're realizing like this isn't like, I don't want a surface level friendship, I don't want a shallow friendship, like I want someone who I feel I can trust to like see me at my absolute worst, and I can see them at their absolute worst. And not that when you're in your absolute worst, you know, you're toxic or you know, like unhealthy towards each other and you don't have boundaries, not that, but more so like, you know, I see like your brokenness and you see mine, and like we hold space for each other, but we also hold each other accountable, if that makes sense. I don't know if that is making sense, but. And then King of Pentacles, reverse, greed, indulgence, material loss, stubborn, obsessed with wealth and status, financially inept. Okay, maybe this person or group of people, I don't know why that came to mind, but this situation, like, again, I'm thinking groups of people. I personally, I'm going to speak from my own experience. I had to stop communication with my narcissistic mother, because I had been emotionally, verbally, and physically abused at times growing up. And I am now a mother and I have my own kids. Long story short, don't talk to my mother. Well, whenever I decided to cut out my mother, my family initially, you know, were like, oh, like, we don't understand, you know, but they would try to listen to my side, but then, you know, would offer unsolicited advice of, that's your mother at the end of the day, and would bring up deaths of other family members and how I would regret ultimately like cutting her out, and would guilt trip me and say like, oh, well, I could never, you know, if I had more time with my parent, like I wish I could get that, but I don't. And so like, you know, speaking from their experience of like, you're gonna regret it, and projecting that on me. And it's like, no, like, first of all, we lived completely different experiences, and like, you're minimizing the abuse that I went through, and then also like enabling abuse. And anyways, so don't talk to that person, do not talk to my mother, but her and my sibling are very much like care about status, how like looks, money. That is very much, and not even just them, but a good amount of people in my family that I did not talk to, care about looks and trying to have everything seeming perfect, and spending money on nice cars and all this stuff. So maybe this person that you were dealing with in this situation, they are like that. They are very materialistic and care about like, oh, how much money did you spend on this, or did this person spend on this gift, like, and like to them it equates like the value of how much somebody cares about them. Maybe that's a sign, if you're dealing with somebody that's like that. And then if somebody like also is constantly talking about like, and again, it's not bad to talk about your accomplishments and like, like we want to support each other and bring each other up. But if somebody is like constantly talking about work and like the way that the language they use is like competing, like their coworkers or competition, and like, it's just this like constantly like in a competition of life and like wanting to one up like the other person, then what, like that is not what life is about. But yeah, maybe this is a sign like that is a person like that is someone that you deal with or have dealt with. Continuing this, I'm a stay-at-home parent and my child needed me, so trying to get back into it. I was reading the King of Pentacles in the reverse, yes, so perhaps very greedy, very like title-oriented, like nose up type of person is a sign for you. And then the Empress, upright, abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, action. And we also had the Four of Wands upright. So yeah, with leaving this, however difficult it may be, leaving this relationship, friendship, it could even be like a toxic like work environment, whatever the situation is that you are leaving, it is the end, like you are closing out this cycle of, I don't want to say self-abandonment, but in the past, you weren't willing to, not willing, but again, kept sweeping things under the rug, minimizing them because you were either through this relationship, this specific relationship, or through like child development, like when you were a kid growing up, you were taught to minimize the things that caused you pain because maybe the people that were your caregivers were causing you pain. And so a way of survival was to just brush things under the rug and to change the focus, like, oh, this is a me thing, like, continuing to put everything on you and like, this is all my fault, like, I am just highlighting like areas where this is going wrong, maybe I need to flip my perspective and like focus on what's going right. But now, like, the truth, and what you're willing to accept, and that this situation, this person, is not for you. And so with this change, you're letting go of this person, this situation, whatever it is for you, but you're letting go, and you're gonna be okay. It is starting to sprinkle as I am saying this message. So rain, if it's raining where you live, or there's rain in the forecast for today, take that as a sign. I went on a run this morning. If you're a runner, take that as a sign. I went to the gym, I ran 4 miles and I felt really good. I still feel good. I definitely need to shower, but that's okay. Yes, abundance, like you're letting go. So letting go, closing out this cycle, this old way of being with this person, or again, whatever the situation is for you. Like you're closing it out and you are moving forward and you are bringing in abundance and like I'm seeing fertility feminine, I'm reading the card again, but you're growing, you know, evolution, it says evolution action. So like you're continuing. You might have been stagnant and stuck and like I'm hearing like permissive. You were permissive in the past, and you know, you again permissive, sorry, my brain I was like focusing on the rain. You were permissive in the past, but now you are no longer just permissive or passive. Like there's different parenting styles, and that's coming to mind right now, but there's, you know, passive, permissive, gentle parenting, authoritarian, like, and in the past, like, let's say, not in parenting, this doesn't have to be if you have kids, or if you, like, it doesn't have to be in parenting, but anyways, you were permissive in the past, you know, and just let things slide. And there was no accountability. There was no, like, repercussions for actions. There was no, like, bringing stuff up. It was just like, like, I'm just gonna, you know, this happened, but, like, you know, it's a me thing, not them. But now, like, you are no longer in that way of being. You know, you want accountability for yourself, for others, and you are being very, what's the word I'm looking for, very selective in the friendships, the relationships, the projects that you're doing. You, again, are living life more in alignment with yourself and the future that you want for yourself. And there's a word, like, it's like on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of the word right now, but yes, with all of this, again, something like, it may feel like you, and also maybe you've already left the relationship, and this is a video, like, this video popped up for you, and it's like a sign, like, you are on the right path. You know, it may feel so heartbreaking, especially if, like, you were with somebody for years, but or again, if it was a friendship, like, whatever this is for you, you know, years of, like, all the history and all the shared memories, but you know, if you're not making memories in the present, and you don't feel like you can be your full authentic self with this person, then you're really living with, like, a ghost, and you're also living as a ghost, like, living as a shell of yourself, and that's not what we are supposed to do. Like, you should be, like, free, you know, and again, not walking on eggshells. And so if this is, like, something that has come to an end and you're feeling really heartbroken, like, I am sending all the love for you, and I also want you to know that this isn't forever, and better things are on the horizon. That is what Spirit is saying. Like, good things are coming, and as painful as it is to walk away at times, again, after the rain comes the rainbow. It's raining right now, but it's sprinkling. But yeah, after the rain comes a rainbow. And what's that song? It's by oh my god, I can't think of her name. Casey Musgraves. When it rains, it pours, but you didn't even notice. It ain't raining anymore. Tired above. The sky is finally open. The rain and wind stops blowing, but you're stuck out in the same old storm again. hold tight to your umbrella, 'cause I just wanna tell ya that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. Ooh. Yeah. Sorry, just like singing that song for you. But yeah, good things are coming, my friend, and this is for you. Keep having faith and listening to your inner voice, trusting, that intuition, trusting spirit, and God is going to guide you. God's going to be holding your hand, and you just have to grab it and keep moving forward. And that doesn't mean like, painful days aren't going to arise. Obviously, like, we're human, we're living a human experience. Allow yourself to feel all the feelings, but don't stay stuck in them, allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to mourn and grieve, and somehow like keep going. So if this video when at the end, when you're just like, if this video resonated with you at all, please let me know in the comments down below. If you're new to my channel, be sure and subscribe if you want to watch any further tarot readings, like guided messages. And yeah, I appreciate any feedback, and thank you so much for watching this video all the way through to the end.